Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic trigonometry and previously हमने मई जून 2018 के questions discuss किए थे and if you have missed the lesson you can see the link in the description. Now we will continue the series. आज हमने 2018 के अक्टूबर नवंबर के questions discuss करने थे बट ये क्वेश्चन है जो मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स ने पूछा है इन द कमेंट सेक्शन दैट 2018 का एक क्वेश्चन है पेपर 3 का, सो वी हैव टू डिस्कस इट फर्स्ट. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज बाय एक्सपेंडिंग cos square of x plus sin square of x whole cube or otherwise show that this left hand side is equals to right hand side. So let's move to the solution. First of all, we know that sine square of x plus cos square of x is equals to 1, which means that this whole expression is equals to 1 cube. We can write this one as 1 cube. So we can write this one as cos square of x plus sine square of x whole cube is equals to 1. And then we can further simplify it. We can write the left hand side as cos square of x plus sine square of x whole square into cos square of x minus sine square of x is equals to 1. Now the next step is we have to use the identity, that is a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now we can use the identity over here, so this will be a square plus 2ab plus b square into cos square of x, this one is plus sine square of x is equals to 1. Now we can further simplify it as this will be cos 4 of x plus 2 sine square of x cos square of x plus sine 4 of x into cos square of x plus sine square of x is equals to 1. Now the next step is the basic math step, that we have to multiply each term with the second bracket. Now first of all, if we multiply it with this one and this one, this will be equals to cos 6 of x plus this will be cos, let's write the sine first और एक ही पैटर्न को फॉलो करेंगे ताकि हमसे कोई मिस स्किप ना हो. साइन को हम पहले रखेंगे और कॉस को बाद में. सो cos 4 of x. Now let's multiply the second one, this term, with first one and then with the second one. So if we multiply it, this will be 2 sine square of x cos 4 of x plus 2 sine 4 of x and cos square of x. Then we will multiply the third term with first expression and then with second one. So this will be equals to, if we multiply sine 4x with cos square of x, this will be equals to sine 4 of x cos square of x plus sine 6 of x is equals to 1. Now we have to see the like terms. So these two are the like terms. These two are the like terms. And similarly, these two are the like terms. So if we simplify the like terms, so this will be equals to cos 6 of x plus 3 sine square of x cos 4 of x plus 3 sine 4 of x cos square of x plus sine 6 of x is equals to 1. Now what we have to do, we have to, let me write it with proper order. So this will be equals to cos 6 of x plus sine 6 of x. Now what we have to do is we can take something common from these two terms. So this will be 3 sine square of x. We can take this one common and then cos square of x. So here the remaining terms will be cos square of x plus sine square of x is equals to 1. Now we know that this whole expression is equals to 1. So that is why we can write this one as cos 6 of x plus sine 6 of x plus 3 sine square of x cos square of x is equals to 1. Now here we will have a very tricky part, that how we can simplify this portion and how we can simplify it and we can make it like double angle identity, because from here we can see that we have to use the double angle identity. I think that is what most of the students were confused, that from here onwards how to solve this equation. Now here we can see sin cos square cos 6x भी है, sin 6x भी है, 1 भी है, और ये टर्म का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रहा था. So important thing is that here the identity is sine square of 2x. So let's see that what is the double angle identity for sine. So we can see that this will be equals to sine of 2x is equals to 2 sine of x cos of x. This one is an identity, a formula. You can see over here that this one is an identity. We have to use this one. Now if we take square on both sides, so So this will become sine square of 2x is equals to, we have to take square on both sides. Let me mention it over here so that you students should not get confused. So this will be 4 sine square of x cos square of x. Now if we compare it with this thing, we do not have 4 over here. In our equation here it is 3. So how to write 4 over here? So what we have to do is we can make it 4. How we can make it 4? Cos plus sine of 6x plus 3 by 4 into 4 sine square of x cos square of x is equals to 1. Now here we can see that these two expressions are same. These two expressions are same. And this one is an identity. Which one? This one. Sine square of 2x is equal to this thing. So we can simplify it as cos 6x plus sine 6x plus 3 by 4 sine square of 2x is equals to 1. Now the last step will be just shift it to the other side. So plus sine 6 of x is equals to 1 minus 3 by 4 sine square of 2x. So this will be the final answer. I hope that now the concept is clear. Here this one is a tricky portion, that how to convert, how to write it in sine square of 2x in the form of 4 sine square x cos square of x. I hope that this point is now clear to all of you. And still if you will have any question, you can ask it in the comment section. This one is the solution, and I hope that it's now clear to all of you. Now hence solve the equation, this one. So we know that this thing is equals to 1 minus 3 by, so simply write it over here. So 1 minus 3 by 4 sine square of 2x is equals to 2 by 3. Now next step will be just shift it to the other side. So this will be 1 minus 2 by 3 sine 1 minus 2 by 3 is equals to 3 by 4 sine square of 2x. Now 1 minus 2 by 3, so this will be equals to 1 by 3. So we can write 3 by 4 sine square of 2x is equals to 1 by 3. And if we simplify it further, so this will be sine square of 2x is equals to 4 by 3 into 3, because just क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई किया, यहाँ पे कोई एक्स्ट्रा स्टेप नहीं है, सिंपली 4 को साइड ले गया और 3 को भी उस साइड ले गया. Then this will be equals to sine of 2x is equals to square root of 4 by 9 प्लस माइनस. सो यहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं किया, स्क्वायर रूट लिया है. एंड हेयर वी विल हैव द फाइनल आंसर दैट 2x will be equals to sine inverse of plus minus 2 by 3. The reason is that if we simplify it, if we move it further, so this will be 4 by 9, which means plus minus 2 by 3. Now let's find out the reference angle. Let's find out the reference angle. Now for the reference angle, this will be 2x is equals to sine inverse of 2 by 3. For reference angle, we have to take the positive one. So simply take shift sine inverse of 2 by 3. 2 by 3. So this will be equals to 41.81. 41.81. So reference angle is 41.81. Now what we have to do, we can see here that sine is positive as well as negative, because from this expression we can see that sine is positive as well as negative. So that is why this will lie in all the quadrants. So let's find out the final answer. This will be 41.81. This will be 41.81. This will be 41.81, and same this one will be 41.81. But important thing is we have to consider the range also. Here the range is from 0 to 180 degrees. So that is why we will ignore these two answers. We will ignore these two answers. So finally 2x will be equals to 41.81. Then the next one will be, okay, before ignoring this, just find it out and then finally decide that which one you have to ignore and which one you don't need to ignore. And the second answer will be 2x is equals to 180 minus 41.81, because from here we can see this whole complete angle will be equals to 180 minus 41.81. Now let's find it out. So x will be equals to, here 41.81 divided by 2. So x will be equal to 20.9. 20.9. Now the next one, here x will be equals to 180 minus 41.81. So divided by 2. So this will be equals to 69.095. 69.095. So these two are the answers from the first two parts, and we can see that it lies within the range. Now let's find out the third one, that this complete angle will be equals to 2x is equals to 180 plus 41.81, and the last one will be, for this portion, this will be 2x is equals to 360 minus 41.81. So now from here we can see x will be equals to 180 plus 41.81 whole divided by 2. So this will be equals to 110.905, and from here we can see 360 divided by 360 minus 41.81 divided by 2. So this will be equal to 159.095. 159.095. So from here we can see all these values lies within the range. So that is why x will be equals to 20.9, then 69.01, 69.09, and then we will have 110.9, then we will have 159.095. So this will be the final answer. So we can clearly see, and it is an advice, it is recommended that do not predict your answers from the first to, like अगर आप देखें तो मैं भी last two को ignore कर रहा था, but the important thing is that we should not ignore and we should find the final answer and then decide that which one we have to consider and which one we have to ignore just because of it, this one is out of the range. So इसमें चारों आंसर्स आपके within the range हैं, so that is why we cannot ignore any of these answers. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to the next question. It is from October November 2018 जो हमने start करना था आज, और प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने पूछा था, बट आई थिंक दोनों पार्ट इसके सबको क्लियर है. फिर भी अगर कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो यू कैन आस्क इट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अक्टूबर नवंबर 2018, पेपर 3-1, क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. Now in the next question, it is from October November 2018, paper 3-1, question number 6. Now show that equation square root of 2 cosecant of x plus cot of x is equals to square root of 3 can be expressed as this. Now the very first thing is we can write this form as, because we know that uh, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, 1 over sine of x. So we can write the first one as square root of 2 divided by sine of x plus, now this one cot will be equals to, we can write cot of x will be equals to tan of x, and we know that this will be equals to cos of x divided by sine of x. So sine of x divided by cot cos of x. In fact, this must be cos of x divided by sine of x, because cot is the reciprocal of tan. Now if we take the LCM, this will be equals to square root of 3. Now if we take the LCM, this will be square root of 2 minus cos of x whole divided by sine of x is equals to square root of 3, and finally we can write it as square root of 2 minus cos of x is equals to square root of 3 sine of x. Now from here what we can do, we know that, let me write it, let me highlight this form, and if we rearrange it further, so this will be equals to, this will be equals to square root of 3 sine of x plus cos of x, sorry, this one was plus, this one will be plus, and then finally this one will be negative, minus cos of x is equals to square root of 2. Now this is the first form. Now let's open the other form, this one. So this one is, we know the identity. This one is the identity that sine alpha plus beta is equals to what? Now we can write this one as r sine, this one is sine alpha minus beta is equals to sine alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sine beta Here this must be theta, because the first angle is this, not theta, it's x. So this must be x is equals to square root of 2. Now this will be equals to r sine r cos alpha sin x minus r sin alpha cos of x is equals to, we know that this square root is equals to this thing. So what we have to do, we have to simply replace it. So this will be equals to square root of 3 sine of x minus cos of x. Now after this we can compare the coefficients. If we compare the coefficients, comparing coefficients of sine of x and cos of x. Now on this side the coefficient of sine of x will be r cos alpha, and here this will be square root of 3. So we can write it as r cos alpha is equals to square root of 3. Now the other one is this one, that the coefficient of x here is -1 and here it is minus r sine alpha. So we can write it as minus r sine alpha is equals to -1. And if we rearrange it further, we can divide equation 2 with equation 1. So this will be r cos r sine of alpha, r sine of alpha is equals to 1, because we can cancel out these two, whole divided by r cos alpha square root of 3. We can cancel out these two, and here this will be tan alpha is equals to 1 by square root of 3, and finally alpha will be equals to tan inverse of 1 by square root of 3. This will be equals to, alpha will be equals to shift tan inverse of 1 by square root of 3. So this will be equals to 30 degrees. Now from here onwards we will use the concept of cast. So tan is positive. So tan is positive in two quadrants. The first one will be this one, and the second one will be this one. This will be 30 degrees. This will be 30 degrees. Now let's see the range. Range is from 0 to 90, so we will ignore the next one. So we will have two values. The first one will be 30 degree, x will be equals to 30 degrees, and the second one will be 210. So we will consider this one only. In fact, this is the value of alpha. Now what we have to do, we have to find out the value of r. So we have the equation, this one, equation 1, just put it in the equation 1. So cos of alpha is equals to square root of 3 divided by, so from equation 1 we can write it as r is equals to square root of 3 divided by cos of 30 degrees. So r will be equals to square root of 3 divided by cos of 30 degrees. This will be equals to 2. So R will be equals to 2. So we can write the expression in the form 2 sine of x minus 30, 2 sine of x minus 30 is equals to square root of 2. So this will be the final answer. Let's move to the second part. Hence solve the equation this. We know that this whole expression is equal to this thing. So let's use this one. So 2 sine x minus 30 is equals to square root of 2. Now we will use this expression. So this will be sine of x minus 30 is equals to square root of 2 by 2, and then x minus 30 is equals to sine inverse of square root of 2 by 2. So shift sine inverse of square root of 2 by 2, 45. So this angle is 45, and we can see that x minus 30 is 45 degrees. Now let's use this one again, CAST. Now we will have 45 means we have sine is positive in two quadrants. The first one is this one will be 45, and this one will be 45. So which means that x minus 30 is equals to 45 degrees, and x minus 30 is equals to, now this whole angle will be 180 minus 45. So which means x will be equals to 45 minus 30, x will be equals to 15 degrees. So this must be plus. So 75 degrees. And from here, this will be x minus 30 is equals to 135. 135, yes. And then if we plus 30, so x is equals to 135 plus 30, x will be equals to 165. So this will be the final answer, that x is equals to 75 degrees and 165 degrees. This will be the final answer. Let's move to the next question. It is from October-November 2018, paper 3-2. Now this one is solve the equation this. Now how we can solve? We can use the identity. This portion is an identity, that sine alpha minus beta. We can see here that sine alpha minus beta will be equals to what? This will be equals to sine alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sine beta plus cos theta as it is equals to 2 sine of theta. Now we have to find out cos 30 is equals to what? Cos of 30 will be equals to square root of 3 by 2. So square root of 3 by 2 sine theta minus sine 30 is equals to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 cos theta plus cos theta is equals to 2 sine theta. Now we have to rearrange it and simplify it. So this will be cos theta minus 1 by 2 cos theta. These two are the like terms. And then 2 sine theta minus square root of 3 by 2 sine theta. Now in this step we have simply rearranged the equation and we can see that these two are the like terms. So 1 minus 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 will be equals to 1 by 2. This will be 1 by 2 cos theta is equals to 2 minus square root of 3 by 2. So this will be equals to 4 minus square root of 3 by 2. So this will be 4 minus square root of 3 by 2 sine theta. Now if we simply rearrange it, so this will be equals to, in fact we can directly cancel out these two, 2 and 2, and then if this will be equals to 1 over 4 minus square root of 3 is equals to sine theta by cos theta. Now we know that this will be equals to tan theta. So tan theta is equals to 1 by 4 minus square root of 3, and then theta will be equals to tan inverse of 1 by 4 minus square root of 3. So shift tan inverse of 1 by 4 minus square root of 3. Square root of 3. So this will be equals to 23.79. So theta will be equals to 23.79. Keep this thing in your mind that we always have to follow the rules for whenever we want to solve the trigonometric function. At least we have to check it that it lies within the range or not. So we can see here that this one is CAST and tan is positive, so tan is positive in two quadrants, this one and this one, so 23.79 and 23.79, so which means that we will have two angles. First will be this one and the other one will be this whole angle. So theta will be equals to 23.79 and the other value of theta will be equals to 180 plus 23.79. So this will be, theta will be equals to 213.79. So let's see the range. Range is from 0 to 180 degrees. So that is why we will not consider this one and we will consider this one only. So this will be the final answer. I hope that the concept is clear. Let's move to the next question. Okay, this one is the repeating one. We have already discussed this one in paper 3-2. So that is why 3-1 and 3-3 question is same. So we will ignore this one and this one is already solved. Repetition of the previous one, that one was paper 3-1 of October November 2018. Okay, that is it for today. And today we have discussed all the questions of October November 2018 और एक क्वेश्चन हमने मई जून का भी डिस्कस किया था जो कि मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स ने ये पूछा था कि हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन ये मई जून का था and after that we have discussed all the questions of October November इसके वेरिएंट में जितने भी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री के क्वेश्चंस हैं एक ऑर्डर के साथ हमने सॉल्व किया है and we have discussed them. If you have any question, you can ask it in the comment section. Thank you.